Hello there and welcome to my channel to another video. Today we are doing the lesson number 13 and the lesson says a meaningless word engenders fear. The lesson invites us to question the validity of our fearful perceptions and recognize that our interpretation of a meaningless word breeds fear within us. By acknowledging the connection between meaninglessness and fear, we open ourselves to a new perspective. I think this is the key of the lesson because it gave us the chance to change our perspective. So by acknowledging the connection between meaninglessness and fear, we open ourselves to a new perspective. This lesson guides us toward a willingness to let go of fear by assigning a different meaning to the word, one rooted in love and purpose, leading to a sense of peace and freedom. At the end of the day is what everybody is looking for: peace and freedom. Today's idea is really another form of the preceding one, except that it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless word is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of meaninglessness arouses intense anxiety in all the separate ones. It represents a situation in which God and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space that meaninglessness provides. I think it's the first time that the lesson named to God. Talk about God, and it's not the God that everyone's know about the religion, because this is nothing related with religion. Every time that called a God, it's more to talk about the divinity. Okay, the ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas there, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own potential and reality. And on this alone, it is correct. It's essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaningless and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it's certain that you will endow the word with attributes that it does not possess, and crowd it with images that do not exist. To the ego, illusions are safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. The exercise for today, which should be done about 3 or 4 times for not more than 1 minute or so at most each time, are to be practiced in somewhat different way from the previous one. With eye closed, repeat today's idea to yourself. Then open your eyes and look about you slowly and say, I am looking at a meaningless world. Repeat this statement to yourself as you look about. Then close your eyes and conclude with, a meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God. You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another to this concluding statement. Whatever form such a resistance may take, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy. You are not expected to believe that the statement at this point, and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Sorry, I don't know the meaning of that. Note careful, however, any signs of overt or covert fear which it may arouse. So the practice for today is with your eyes closed, repeat today's idea to yourself. Then open your eyes and look about you slowly and say, I am looking at a meaningless world. Repeat this statement to yourself as you look about. Then close your eyes and conclude with, a meaningless world engender fear because I think I am in competition with God. You don't have to understand the meaning of this statement. Probably at this point you can't understand. It's not something that you can understand with your mind. That's why the practice, you are challenging your own mind, your own belief, and of course your ego. So this is the practice for today. It's 4 times, 1 minute each time, repeating the idea, closing your eyes, then open and look around you, repeating the idea. Thank you for this, and see you tomorrow for another lesson, for other lesson. Thanks. Bye bye.